America. Good evening, Georgia, Alabama, South Carolina, Florida, Texas, Missouri, North Carolina, and the entire Tennessee. That's the other one. And the entire SEC. How y'all doing tonight? What's going on? It is I, Jay Sims, the line. I'm back. Had a rough couple of weeks, but I made it back tonight. I don't know what it's about this Thursday trying to keep me off here, but I ain't gonna keep listening. Tired and all, 12 hours strong, but I'm still here. I ain't getting paid to do this yet, but it's coming. What's going on, Doc? How you doing tonight, bro?
Yo, man, what's happening, bro? I'm glad to see you back in the house. I know work getting rough. It's that time of year, bro. That's just how it go.
That's how I go, man. But hey, that's all right. Hopefully by this time next year, we'll be getting paid a couple dollars to do this. I can tell them folks they can do it their job.
Okay, and shout out to the OG in the house.
What's going on, OG? We back, man. We got a good one for them tonight. I think a lot of people we got some old school sayings that relate directly to what we're talking about tonight.
Bro, these two chapters, yeah, that thing had hit me where it hurt, boy.
We all got some times where it's like, okay, I could have did a little better.
That thing had hit me where it hurt, boy. Like, ooh, when I thought I was doing all right, I ain't doing all right. I'm falling short.
There's so many lessons in this book that have you looking back on your life like I missed some big time opportunities.
Yeah. Man, look at this. Look at OG.
Hey, man, get the money, man. As long as they're paying you, keep getting the money, brother.
Oh yeah. He got that metal arm up there. You know, he
What your boy Kevin Samuel said, if you a grown man and you ain't making what you want to make and you working less than 60 hours a week, it's your fault. OG say he ain't gonna let it be me. I ain't gonna let it be me.
Man, he got a family, wife and kids. And I know his children probably eating him out of house and home. So
he got boys. He got boys hitting them teenage years. They eating everything in sight. He can't get it in the house good. As soon as they hit the front door, they in the bags.
Okay. Right, quit eating on the way to the porch, boy. They be volunteering to go out and get the groceries so they can get the snacks first.
They ain't playing. They getting 3 or 4 of them and putting them in the room so their brother don't get them.
See, he said, "Yep." He said, "Yep, sure is, man." Look, we glad to see you and the family doing well, man. We salute you for going out and doing your thing. Man, you know, sometimes we need to hear that. I know your wife tell you that, but I'm gonna tell you that, man. You're doing a good job. Keep it rolling, bro.
Keep rolling. So Doc, what's the chapters we got for them tonight?
All right, man. We got 28, and if we feel like doing 29, we can hit that one. But yeah, it's a big one, man. Interaction with boldness.
Yes,
man.
I like the title.
Mm-hmm.
You know, it's an intriguing title. I love a couple of stories. Ivan the Terrible was getting to it.
What? Oh man, look, that one, bro.
Right. But when I went through the whole chapter.
Mm-hmm.
This is one of those ones that we all were taught when we were young, and some things we executed on, and some things we didn't because we forgot this principle right here.
Yep.
You know what I'm saying? Quit being scared. This is the educated version of quit being scared.
Okay.
Go talk to her. You want to go talk to her. You know what I'm saying? You're trying to make the team try out.
Yes. You got to do something.
You got to do something. You can't just sit there and be scared. Think it's going to fall in your lap.
You know what this made me think of? Playing football.
Yep.
If you're scared to get hit, you're going to get hurt.
You're going to get hurt, boy. Real fast. You scared to go out there and do something. All right, be scared if you want to.
That's it.
Entering with timidness. You know the line I'm talking about. It's enter into action timidly would do something.
Yeah. So timidity is dangerous. It's better to enter with boldness. If you're unsure of a course of action, do not attempt it. Your doubts or hesitation will infect your execution. See, that just laid up on me now. Your doubts and hesitations will infect your execution.
Study long,
study
wrong. I tell you what, some old school sayings It's some old school sayings that we all heard. We didn't ever understand the principle behind it. We heard it, but nobody broke down what it means, and what my man Robert Greene breaking it down in this book.
But you know what? And this happens. This happens. Think about the next time you got to do something really huge, really big and important. If you don't just jump into it and do it, and you stop and think about it, then you start feeling kind of like, ooh, I don't know. And then he used the word infect. That means that it's not a choice.
Right.
It's something bad that happened because of your environment or what you create inside.
Listen, it happens to us all. Let's not. None of us are immune to. I got this coming up or that coming up, and second guessing and second thought. Now, some things we're gonna just jump right on, and other things that second guessing, that second thought, and all that is gonna get us.
Man, go ahead.
But you gotta work. You gotta work through it. You gotta say, I know. You know it's coming. If you want it, just go get it.
Yeah.
Fear is crippling.
Oh yeah. You know what? Well, two things. First thing was I thought about one of those Kevin Samuels videos we had put up, and I don't know if we talked about it or not. Maybe we had, but he was talking about pretend like you belong in the room. Act like you belong in the room.
Right.
And that's being bold. You're supposed to be there.
Right.
But a lot of times things happen to us and we think we're not supposed to be there.
Yep.
You know, but you got to go with it. Because like you said, if you're going to act bold, go ahead and get in there and do it.
Go ahead and do it. You better do it. You better go hard, because people are looking for that weakness.
Oh, of course.
And they're going to they either going to name you a fraud or take advantage of you.
Yeah. And then there's another thing. And I'm going to tell you about going bold. I made a series of videos, I guess, a couple years ago, talking about fear, because you brought up fear of failure and the fear of success. And everybody know about the fear of failure. Yep. But the fear of success is real too.
Yep.
And if you sit there and be timid, that fear of success going to eat you up.
Yep.
In the book I'm writing, I tell a whole story about my fear of success. It's funny too. I near about drowned in a pool. I'm gonna say that one for y'all, but being timid, is what got it.
Yeah, it's funny. It's a story near the end of the chapter where there's a woman talking about how they feel about men being timid.
Yeah,
and how they feel about men being not coming aggressive or being shy about how they approach women, and basically saying, if you be scared, we're gonna take advantage of you.
Yeah, because they sense it.
Yep.
Look what we got there. I made a bold move on Monday. Told the boss, don't give me any more help, and don't let anyone else work on my job. And he a day ahead of schedule. So that means tomorrow he can take off.
There it is. Hey,
we'll be off tomorrow.
He said that help was hurt. That hurt.
Slow
that help down. Was hurt. Took me more time. It took me more time to show them what to do than to do it myself.
Okay.
You got to be careful with that though, because one of the 48 laws say let the other man do the work.
Yep, that's true. But then sometimes you got to do it yourself. So we got to never not working. Yep. Hey. There you go. But take some time to take care of yourself. I'm probably going to do a live about that coming up soon, talking about our health,
Oh, yeah.
I just had a person that we know, her husband died while she was on the phone with him.
Wow.
And she thought he just dropped the phone or something.
Yeah.
He died.
Wow.
We got to take care of ourselves.
Yeah.
Got to do it. And see, that's another thing too. And we can apply that to this.
Yeah.
Because a lot of times, think about the stuff that we timid about.
We don't go to the doctor because we're scared.
We don't want no shots. We timid about that stuff. If you're going to go ahead and try to get healthy, be bold about it. So take you a day off work.
Yeah.
Go.
And that's our excuse too. I ain't about to miss no work for that. That's our excuse. As hard as we work to take care of our family and make our little money, well, we will use work as a reason not to do something so fast.
What?
Because we know we're not gonna get questioned about it. Oh, I gotta go to work. I can't do that. We'll use because we know he had work. Can't get mad at man for working. We will use work now.
Man, and you know what the truth is? We use work when it's stuff we don't want to do.
That's all.
When it's stuff we don't want to do, we use work.
Y'all having dinner at your mama's house? Hey, I gotta pick the extra shift up. Real quick. You got a little overtime going on down at the job. I'm gonna go get this overtime, so I can, your birthday coming up,
Exactly.
We'll use work so fast.
Man, look. That's that being timid. But man, let's look at this thing, man. He got it got some psychological effects of being bold and being timid. That's what he talked about.
Right.
And he said the bolder the lie, the better. And what I like about it, he said when putting together a con, which, or entering in any kind of negotiation, which is that what we always do, go further than you plan. Ask for the moon and you'll be surprised how often you get it.
Yep.
We always end up cutting back because we scared what they're going to say.
Right. Well, I really want 1,000, but or they go into that job, I really want 85 or 90,000, but they might not give me the job if I ask for that much. I'm gonna tell them 80. Yeah.
And they're gonna be glad to take it because they budgeted 95.
They budgeted 95 for it. You gonna get that job immediately. Yeah, you got it. Come on.
Come on in, bro. You got it. You also say here, lions circle the hesitant prey.
Yes,
and that's what you was talking about earlier with the women. Everything depends on perception. And once you're seen as the kind of person who quickly goes on the defensive, who is willing to negotiate and be amenable, you will be pushed around without mercy. Man, look, let me tell you something real quick. This is true.
Oh, yeah.
And sometimes people think that you pray when you really not.
Yep.
So the other day, a couple weeks ago, man, I was at the school. And it was this late. The school kind of big, so I don't know all the people. I know some of the people. But I know the lady. Well, I see every morning. I tell everybody good morning because, I just try to improve every place I'm at. And she said, hey, Doc, can you go and go to the window over there and lock my car for me? So I was like, all right then, because I was headed that way. So she got her keys and said, yeah, it's the van right there. So I grabbed the keys and I'm going. And somebody stopped me to say something. And you know what this lady told me?
What?
You gonna hurry up and lock my door? I said, hold on. You can't ask somebody to do something and then tell them to hurry up.
Exactly.
Oh, she been real quick. Oh, I apologize. I'm like, all right. But it's the same thing. She thought I was prey that she could tell me what to do. Well, I'm doing you a favor. I ain't got to do nothing. My car.
I could have made you walk out there. You know what I'm saying? Hey, you got to tell them, lose the number. I do you a favor. You know what I'm saying? Lose the number then.
Hey, you know what?
You can call me, and I'm going to tell you to come visit me. And I'll get you back on course. I'm going to kick you straight in your ass and tell you to go to bed and wake up with a better attitude.
With a better attitude. I'm going to send them right over there to Mr. Larry and say they need a better attitude now.
But that happened, man. I mean, think about it. When people think you nice or think you a pretty good dude, they try to take advantage of you. And that's exactly what this talking about.
Yep.
But you got to be ready to come back with it.
Yeah, but that's also, what was the other one he said? Use submission as a tactic.
Yes.
And also you can also, when people think of you like that, that can be part of your setup.
Yes.
You can, what I'm saying, quote unquote, kill them with kindness. There was another chapter about that, let a person think, you're weak or whatever while you make your plan.
That's right. You can.
So
they ain't even worried about me.
So sometimes it's good to let a person think they got you. And all the while, you really plotting something else.
You know, I wasn't gonna let that slide though.
Oh yeah, that wasn't one of those times. But at some point, you know, you're like, okay, you think you really got me? You think you handling me? Okay.
Well, yeah, we'll sit there and wait too, because you got to come back. You got to get your keys back. Oh my bad, I forgot. I went up the stairs.
You know what I'm saying? You know, she took them keys to the other side of the building on them.
Hey, okay.
And they act like I'm too busy to bring them back.
Oh, my bad. I left them on the desk. Which desk? I don't remember.
Oh, snap. They right here. They done walked around the whole school. They right here in my pocket. My fault.
All right. Well, look at this next one. Boldness strikes fear and creates authority.
Yes.
The bold move makes you seem larger and more powerful than you are. And they say by intimidating with a bold move, you establish a precedent in every subsequent encounter. The people will be on the defensive in terror of your next strike. That's what we was. Oh man, when we talk about that Ivan, see, that's him. He did that.
Yeah.
Ivan did that and ain't look back. They ain't gonna mess with that dude no more.
Well, you don't get a nickname like Ivan the Terrible.
Yeah.
Being timid.
Okay, it ain't Ivan the Timid.
Yeah, it ain't Ivan the Timid. It's Ivan the Terrible.
Ivan
you get a name like that. You did that. I actually watched a documentary on that dude. He impaled something like 1,400 people or something like that. That was his bag. He used to just impale people.
You know what I think, man? Them people messed him up, which we're gonna find out when we get down there. They messed him up, and then now he been doing it.
Yeah. Well, he looked from that point on. He never gave anybody opportunity.
No.
To treat him like that.
He shut it down. You got one time. Yeah. Everybody got one time. And they done used up your time when I was 13.
When I was 13. They used up everybody's time. It was one time for everybody. That's it.
It's over with.
And I ain't mad at him for that. I mean, came in there, killed up his people.
Yeah. They did that, man. So this next one, going halfway with a half heart digs a deeper grave. If you enter action with less than total confidence, you set up obstacles in your own path. When a problem arises, you grow confused, seeing options where there are none, and inadvertently creating more problems. Yeah,
you end up talking to yourself. That halfway or that half measure.
Mm-hmm.
When you end something, when you're doing it halfway, the first little obstacle or speed bump, you lose it.
Yeah.
You know, oh man, I guess it ain't gonna work. It got a little bit hard.
Yeah. You know, I tell this, I'm doing this with my son because, you know, he's 15. So, you know, we getting out on the road.
Oh, yeah.
So he been out driving twice. And I'm doing to him the same thing my daddy did to me. Oh, I put him out there at night.
Okay.
Driving at night on a distance. I'm like, let's go. So, yeah, but he had to go all the way in.
Yeah.
Sink or swim. He's swimming because I'm still here. He ain't kill us yet. So we all right.
He gonna do all right. He come from good stock.
Oh man, hey, you know what? He all right. He all right.
Yeah, he all right.
What we got here? Hesitation creates gaps. Boldness obliterates them. When you take
I like
time
that
to
phrase.
think, yeah.
Say it again. Hesitation creates gaps. And boldness obliterates. That's a strong statement.
You know what? Look at this. Your timidity affects people with awkward energy, elicits embarrassments, and they doubt you.
It makes sense to me. That makes perfect sense. If you say you want to do something, but then you acting scared about it, one, you don't seem sincere, and two, you talking about it, but you're not really built for it.
Yeah. People don't have confidence in you, especially if you're trying to get other people to do stuff. Can't act like you don't know what you're talking about.
Right.
You know, I'm thinking back to myself. And when I first started, when I got ordained as a minister and I started doing all that stuff, right? And my first couple sermons up, you know, I'll be like, all right, y'all, I don't know how this gonna go, but we gonna try it. And my dad, you know, he a pastor too. And he was like, don't do that. Just go ahead and say it.
Yeah.
Of course, this was back like in 2014, so did a whole lot since then.
Right.
But now, you know, you just jump in it and go. Because if you tell somebody, oh, I don't know how this gonna be, and then you talking weak, they ain't gonna listen to then the job you trying to do not gonna get done.
Right.
They not listening to you.
Nah, because they already know you. You're not even sure you know what you're doing.
Exactly. That's why I always tell people, how can I believe in you if you don't believe in you?
Listen, sometimes you got to convince yourself that you're way bigger than you think you are.
Oh, yeah. Yeah. But you know what, though? I mean, this is where ego come into play. And I think it's necessary to have some sort of ego about yourself. You got to have something.
Oh, yeah. Yeah. Yeah, you got to... Ego, confidence, damn near a little bit of arrogance.
Oh, yeah. You got to be. You got to be.
I've said this before. There's certain things I don't even want you doing for me if you don't have a certain level of confidence in your ability to do it. I don't want a scary pilot. I don't want a pilot that ain't sure he can land his plane. I don't want a doctor that ain't sure he can pull his surgery off.
If they ain't sure, they better not tell me.
You understand me? I need you to go in there. Hey, listen, man, the surgery gonna start at 1. I'm gonna do an incision here. I'm gonna move here. I'm gonna remove this. I'm gonna put this in. I'm gonna check on this. You're gonna be out of there by 1:30. You feeling like a brand new man.
Oh, bet. Let's go.
Bet. Let's go, Doc. Don't come at me talking about. Well, see, I'm gonna try. I'm gonna try to do this, and hopefully, we'll get this to happen. And then once that happens, I can do this. And if all that goes well, about 1:30, you should be okay. Nah, bro, sorry. Give me somebody else.
And for real, just go on and handle it.
Yeah, give me somebody else. Don't come to me like you ain't sure about what's gonna happen in here. I'm already gonna be knocked out.
You know, I'm gonna throw this back up here. So OG say, you know, doubt me all you want, because the proof is in the pudding. So, and see, that's spoken by a man who has been through some stuff, then used to carrying weight, and he's still doing it. Right. You know, and that's the truth. That's just what it is. And that's something I think we need to teach our boys, because that's a skill that you don't get, because it's a skill that got to be taught. That's why I love sports. Because sports pull things out of you didn't know you could do. Right. You know, that's why I love sports. That's why I love anytime. That's why men have to and must test themselves. Yep, because you don't have to know you can do it, whatever it is you're trying to do, but to have a history of knowing I can pull off something I didn't think I was capable of. See, you wait until you actually do that one day. If you do something impossible and you look on the other end and be like, "Ooh, shoot, I did that." Yeah. You know. Yeah, and then that you had that confidence in you for the rest of your life that you know you can pull off things you didn't think was possible. That's why I love sports. That's probably why men love sports so much. And I think it's important for young boys to play sports. It's the same concept with military training. It's hard for a reason, because they want you to think you're not going to make it through, and they want to give you that confidence once you do. Right. Because they know you can. Yeah. So now, whenever you approach anything in life, you approach it with the confidence. Like, even though I'm not sure how this is going to turn out, I believe I can get through it. If I made it through that, I can make it through anything. Exactly. That's it. You know, I always said, and I think I'm right. I wrote a thing about this too, man, how men, we must have a battle to fight. Yeah. And that if we don't fight a battle for a certain amount of time, that's when we start deteriorating. Right. For me, it don't have to be a physical battle. I ain't talking about going out to fight people. Right. But I'm talking about challenging yourself. For me, when I got my last degree, I sat still for about a month, and I was like, I got to do something else. And I went back to school again.
There it is.
So I mean, you always, and if you listening out there, and you just sitting down and you just in the routine, you need to challenge yourself with something. I don't care what it is. If you want to try to do 10 push-ups every night, you need to challenge yourself with something. You have to overcome something, because once you do that, you become a changed man.
Right.
It is imperative.
Don't be afraid to invest in yourself.
Yes.
Spend the money for that course.
Mm-hmm.
Spend the money for that personal trainer.
Yeah.
Go buy that raggedy car down the block that you've been driving by. Go ahead and buy it and push yourself to bring it back to life.
Yes. I want to
give yourself something where you can say, I did that.
Yes,
Try
sir.
that DIY project.
And you never know what you can do.
Right.
You can do impossible things. You can do something impossible. You can change something into nothing. And that's from being bold and going hard. You know, I tell my son all the time, because my son is brilliant. He is like, he made me feel dumb. His mind is way faster than mine. But I tell him that anywhere you go, when you in school, you give it 100% every time. It's no off days. It's no days when you just like, oh, I'm loafing today. You never loaf. You come out the gate hard. So when the teachers see you coming in, they already know what's up.
We
do it all the time.
What we repeatedly do.
Uh-huh.
Excellence then is not an act, but a habit.
Yes.
If you don't understand what that means, it's be great all the time. Every day, all the time. Greatness doesn't just happen. No, Michael Jordan was great because he was great at practice. Uh-huh. He was great when he went at the game. He was golfing. He wanted to be the best in the world. Competitive all the time. Greatness lies at the intersection between hard work and talent.
Uh-huh.
And you got to work hard at everything you do. Again, back to the same old thing. Be intentional about your life.
Yeah. You know, it brought me back to an old saying. You said this going to bring back a bunch of old sayings. You practice like you play.
Yes.
And you play like you practice.
That's right.
Go hard all the time. Go hard all the time.
Be bold, man. Life is out there to be taken. And nobody. There's a movie called The Departed. Great movie. I don't know if you ever saw it. Leonardo DiCaprio and Jack Nicholson. Okay. And the opening salvo in the movie, Jack Nicholson is just talking over the intro. And he says, "Is one thing about the blacks." He's talking about different groups of people. He said, "There's one thing about the blacks they never understood. Nobody's going to give it to you. You got to take it." Mm-hmm. And that's life. Nobody's handing out. They don't give out victory. No. And it's never on sale.
Man, but you know the problem is, hold on. Hey, I had to go back. Hold on, let me give you because bruh. Hey, nobody giving out victory, and it's never on sale.
It's never on sale. You got to pay full price every time. Ain't no half offs. Ain't no 25% off. Ain't no buy one, get one free.
No.
You pay the full price every time. Look at any game. I don't care what game it is, what sport. You got basketball. You better play all four quarters.
Oh, yeah, because you can lose it in the end.
You can lose in them last 2 minutes. But you're winning all game long and losing them last 2 minutes. Listen, you got to go hard all the time, the whole way through. They don't give it out. You got to earn it. There's no freebies out here, and being scared, going after what you want, is only going to set you further back.
Man, I'm gonna take this in a different but same direction, man. Self-doubt is the thing that caused that. Because a lot of times when we have to pursue something, we get to it and be like, oh, there's a lot of details, a bunch of small stuff you don't know. And then people punk out.
Yep.
You got doubt in yourself.
Yep.
But you got to reverse that, man. You can't have doubt in yourself. That's the thing that be holding us back for so much stuff.
Yep.
And if you don't know something, it ain't no problem. Guess what? You got a phone. You can learn. There it is. Oh, Jay. Hey, what's up, brother? Topic for the day is we talking about 48 laws of power. Matter of fact, I'm gonna show you.
Put it up
real
there.
Quick. Hold on, let me throw it up. Let me add that to the screen. So, Law 28, interaction with boldness. And we're talking about how you can be bold and how that affects your life. And when you do that, how you can achieve success.
I like what Jamel just said right there.
Oh, we clicking at the same time, man. Go ahead, bro. You got it.
The only thing that guarantees failure.
Yeah.
That's 100% chance you're going to fail if you don't try. It's 100%. 100%.
Or I'm going to add to that. You don't fail until you quit.
Yep.
You ain't failed till you quit. I call them a strategic retreat. I'm going to retreat strategically until the end. And then I never fail. I can put something off. I come back to it. I don't let stuff beat me. You know what? And this is why it's important. Dang, I didn't want to go in this direction, but this is why it's important for fathers to be in their children's lives and be in the home. This right here. And I'm going to tell you why. For me personally, I used to hear my daddy say all the time, I ain't going to let that thing beat me.
Yep.
I ain't going to let that beat me. Man, my dad broke. Man, he could do anything. I done seen him fix a roof by himself, cars, lawnmowers, engines, whatever. And he'll tell you, oh, yeah, I'm a dummy. I used to make C's and D's in school. Joke a line. But I'm saying, but you do that. Yeah. And now my kids see me, they're like, ooh, dad can figure out anything. You're doggone right. I can turn the doggone garage into a studio. That's what we doing. Yep.
Look, first off, we live in that direction. We live in the be a better father and why fathers are important direction. So we always go in that direction. So we'll never even say I ain't even want to talk about that. That's what we live in. That's what we here for. Man. We hear about why the fathers are important. That's the whole point of this thing we're doing.
Bro, I be trying to sense them. I be trying to cut it back. If I mess around and cut the floodgates loose, we'll be here till midnight.
Well, hey, we're gonna be bold, but ours. We're not gonna be timid. We're gonna be bold. That's why we're here. We hear about building better men, better fathers. That's the whole. We need to put that up on the Book of Man page or our whole premise of doing this thing.
Yeah.
So anytime they log on, they know, oh, that's what they're doing.
Yeah. You know, I put encourage, collaborate, learn, teach, get better, and be better. There we go.
Thank you. That's what we're here for. So if you're wondering what we're about here at the Book of Man, that's what we're about. And that's the side note that is, we mean that for men to be better so we can build better families and better communities.
That's right.
And you can't have that without strong men.
That's right.
We know the proof. There's a whole lot of evidence of that out there in the world, especially in our community.
For sure. Well, let's look at this. So OG said, doubt can be used as a tool if you can use it to plan on an outcome to complete the task or goal. Hold to that thought because we're going to revisit that in the next chapter.
Yeah.
We're going to how I put a star on this thing. There it goes so I can come back to it. Yep. First step to fixing society, getting fathers back. That's right. But we ain't gone. We here. Just reuniting, matching them up. So, go ahead, bro. Cause you about to say something. You about
getting them back in the house, back in the same house with the kids. That's you know what I'm saying. The fathers ain't left. They're just not in the house with the kids.
Yes.
To the degree in which they should be.
That's right. So, all right, y'all. Now, we were talking about Ivan the Terrible earlier.
Yeah.
And that's one of the stories that Robert Greene tell to say the observance of the law of where somebody did it right. Ivan the Terrible, we know him as being the Russian, what do they call that thing? I'm going to say president. Yeah, Tsar. That's it. Russian Tsar. But apparently, I'm skipping ahead. We're going to Ivan. We could tell the story about the dude who wanted to sell the Eiffel Tower. He did that too. But,
that was smooth right there. That was smooth now.
You know, let's circle back to that one because we've been sitting on this Ivan the Terrible for a minute. So basically, Ivan was his people died, and he was kind of stuck in the castle as a young boy. The people that was watching it for him and running the show, man, they treated him like dirt. They did all kinds of stuff to him for like 8-9 years.
Didn't they leave him outside at one point? Had him living outside?
Man, they did all that.
Had him living in the courtyard and all?
Yes. They did him good.
With the dog.
Here we go. It said, Ivan roamed the palace hungry, ill-clothed. Matter of fact, I like this. I could do that. Right there. Ivan roamed the palace hungry, ill-clothed, and often hiding from the Shuskis who treated him roughly when they saw him. So then, then they mocked him. They had a mock ritual with him all the time, and then they shoo him away. So they did him bad. They was trying to break him down.
Yeah.
And this is what he did. He remembered all that. He messed around and hit 13, and it was over with.
Yes, sir.
He had his people in the room, and he had called the dude in there to come and see him. As soon as he hit the door, they got him.
Yes,
he said, I remember how you treated me. And he made an example out of them. That dude was, they did.
Listen, so started the reign.
Yes.
Of Ivan the Terrible.
Uh-huh.
They played him hard.
Matter of fact, I'm gonna highlight it so they can see it. Let me throw it back up. I might as well just leave the thing up there. All right, right there. Ivan, now 13, asked Prince Shusky to come to his room. When the prince arrived, the room was filled with palace guards, and then young Ivan pointed his finger at Andre and ordered the guards to arrest him, have him killed, and throw his body to the bloodhounds in the royal kennel. So not only did he arrest him, he killed him, chopped him up, and had the dogs eat him.
Didn't even get buried.
And then he got the rest of them. And this is the part right here. Caught off guard by his sudden boldness, the boy stood in mortal terror of this youth and the future Ivan the Terrible, who had planned and waited for 5 years to execute this one swift, bold act. Bruh. 5 years.
Listen, Ivan decided he had enough.
But he came, but remember how I said earlier, every time you go to do something, you had to go out and put forth 100%. Well, he put forth 100%, and they ain't mess with him no more. OG says like the Chinese prince. Yep. And that was one of the other stories we reviewed earlier in the book. It's a lot of those. So don't be coming halfway. Now,
you got to go hard, man. Because had he played it, had he not, was he not aggressive, they would have killed him probably.
Yeah, as soon as he got old enough. They would have killed him, or they would have waited and it would have been death by 1,000 cuts.
Yeah.
You know, and that's worse.
Yeah.
The slow death. They slowly chipping away at his power. So the story that we skipped was about this dude, and I don't see his name. I don't remember his name, but basically, Buddy went out there and said the French government selling the Eiffel Tower. Yeah, put it out there in the store, in the news, you know, to be selling the Eiffel Tower. They had these marks lined up, and they bidded on it. And they bid what was, in today's money, like About $1 million.
Yeah. Hundreds of thousands of dollars.
And basically, he got there and the dude wanted, say he was going to buy it, gave dude the money, but then he had asked him for some more money. He started talking about, man, my wife getting expensive. So the other dude thought he just was asking for a bribe. He's like, oh yeah, he asking for a bribe. It's all good. Paid him the bribe, gave him the $1 million, got the paperwork and left.
Yep.
All that job was fake. All of it was fake.
So he got the money for the Eiffel Tower and the money for what he thought was a bribe.
Yes.
To make it happen. And then the guy said the bribe made him feel like it was more believable. Yes. Because he used to government officials asking for bribes.
Asking for money. And that's something that, it's something too good to be true. It don't make sense, man. That's what we got to watch out for. Something because see, these people got greedy. They figure they're gonna sell the whole Eiffel Tower for scrap iron. They're gonna take it over there to the recycling center and weigh it in and try to get their little $4-5 off it. They don't pay you that much when you go take all of
but when you take the whole Eiffel Tower in there though.
Hey, they gonna give you something. They ain't gonna fit on the scale. But I guess what I'm saying though is he was bold with it.
Yeah.
He was bold with it. Give me some.
You know how bold you got to be to try to sell the Eiffel Tower?
How bold you got to be to lie, know you lying, and then lie some more on top of that?
Listen, I damn near respect it. I know you ain't supposed to lie. I know that, but
he did that.
If you're gonna lie, that's how you lie. Go all the way.
Yeah,
I'm gonna lie and double down on my lie.
Yes. Man,
I respect the hell out of that.
Man, look at this. All right, I'm gonna throw this up here so y'all can see, because y'all see where I put this is real. This is real life stuff right here, and this is the part that kind of hurt, because I used to do this, still do it sometimes. Most of us are timid. We want to avoid tension and conflict, and we want to be liked by all. We may contemplate a bold action, but we barely bring it to life. We terrified of the consequences of what others might think of us, or the hostility that we may stir up if we dare go beyond our usual place. You lay out the plan. You do all this stuff, but at the last minute, you're like, I ain't gonna do that.
Takes me back to something else. If who you are today was going to get you where you want to go, you'd already be there.
True.
So you're going to have to do something different. And this might be the different thing. The different thing for you might just be being bold enough to go after it.
But man, but look at this though. Conflict. When we think of tension and conflict, people think that is a physical battle, something like that. It can be a bunch of other stuff. I mean, here's one big thing. Some people want to go to school. They got these plans. Oh, I'm going to school. I'm going down there. I'm going to fill out the application. I'm going to get in. And then they get there and see the line long and turn around.
Yep.
Man, I ain't doing that job. That's what I'm saying. We fall out of it. Here go my boy right here. Hold on.
Looking for any reason not to do it.
All right, here we go. Have a saying that I've always told my black male stewards to encourage them and help motivate them. And it really helps some of them. And it go like this. Out of all I do and see day by day, I'm building me. I alone have the right to choose what to reject and what to use. It's nobody's workmanship but mine to keep this structure true and fine. Strong or feeble, false or true, I build myself by the deeds I do.
Dang. I like that one.
Hold on. Yeah, he get the double one for that one.
Yeah, that's nice right there.
But that's what this whole book about.
What is that from? Who posted that?
Hey, DGM Roberts. So where did that come from? See? Yeah, that is deep. That's deep. That's deep.
We can do a whole show on that.
We might have to do that. We go ahead and put that to the side. We got to come back to him.
But we got to know. We got to find where that's from. I have to look that up in a minute.
Oh, he know. He'll get back to us on that one. But yeah, and then look at this. You know, when you get to a certain age, most don't care what others think. Be stoic. That's true. Being stoic is good too. But I guess the problem that we have, or that I would have sometimes, because my big problem was the fear of success. It wasn't the fear of failure. I'm cool with that. I done failed at so many things, and I come back out here and do it again. I done failed at a whole bunch of stuff, and y'all done saw it. But I come back, but fear of success, that's the one that gets you. And that's what make you timid.
And I hear what they're saying. When you get a certain age, most men don't care what others think. Be stoic. But this particular law to me isn't about what others think. This particular law is about what you think about yourself and whatever it is in front of you trying to do. Because a lot of time, others don't keep us from getting what we're trying to get. We keep us from getting what we're trying to get. One.
But again, we used to fight in a certain kind of battle.
Right.
Now, what I'm talking about is fighting something different. And not, we thinking about the physical. We good at that. We good at the physical stuff. We good at working hard.
Yep.
We good at getting this insurmountable task and getting it done. But what about that other stuff that you're not good at? Like, let's say, for instance, you want to learn ballroom dancing because you had to dance at this thing. I'm going to venture to say ain't too many of us good at ballroom dancing.
Listen, as soon as you said, I said, well, not with these two left feet.
See what I'm saying? But then what's going to happen? You going to go and get the lessons. Are you really going to go get lessons? Or are you going to tell them, man, I can't come? You know what I'm saying? But real quick, man, I'm gonna tell y'all this story, man. This is the thing I was told. I'm gonna be fast about it so we can move on with the fear of success and how it happened to me and being timid. What that did. A couple years ago, man, I didn't really know how to swim. So wife put us in swimming lessons, me and the kids. This probably be 4 or 5 years ago. So we out there swimming, swimming with Teresa. So we over there, face under the water, blowing the bubbles, kicking off the wall, all that. And I'm cool because I'm over 6 feet tall. And we in the 3 to 5 foot in. So if something happened, all I do is stand up. I'm straight. So this day, they was like, all right, put the flippers on. We put the flippers on, and they was like, y'all, we're going to swim. And you swim till I tell you to stop. Now, my daughter, she is like, all right, let's go. She get in there, she kicking and flipping and breathing and doing all the stuff, ain't sinking. She go down 8 feet, come back, she got it. So my boy looking at me like, oh, man, Dad, what you going to do? I'm like, all right, I got it. I'm going to go. So here I go, man. I kick off the wall, and now, I do the, you put your hands together and you do the little thing and get out there, and I'm flipping and I'm going, and I mess around and open my eyes when my head was down. When you turn to the side, you breathe, and then you look. I looked down, and the lines on the floor was wavy, and I said, oh, shoot. I can't stand up. I'm deep. And I messed around and I tried to stop. So when I stop, when you swimming, right, you pull your knees up to your chest, you supposed to flip up.
Yeah,
man, I had the flippers on. That jive ain't work, but I sunk to the bottom. I drunk half that pool trying to get up out of there. But you see what I'm saying? Being timid and stopping and looking down almost made me drown. And that's what happened to all us in life all the time. We start doing something, and then we look down, and it look wavy. We figure we too deep, and we out of our depth, and we stop.
Yep.
You can apply that to everything.
That can't stop. The worst thing you can do.
There it is. So Robert said he learned that many years ago from a man named Bruce James. He a deep and wise brother because he remembered it because it was powerful when he said it. So he had to learn it, live it, and share it with everybody. Yes.
I tell you what, Mr. Bruce James, thank you for that one. And
Yeah.
we gonna work our way back to that. That's coming back around, family. That's coming back on the
Yeah.
Saturday conversation.
Yeah, we're gonna have to hit that one and dive way deep into it.
Deep into it, but that's a good one.
So look at this. He said, Robert Greene, he wrote, and this is the part I had to learn for me. Understand, if boldness is not natural, neither is timidity. It's an acquired habit, like you said, picked out of a desire to avoid conflict. If timidity has taken a hold of you, then root it out. You got to be intentional about that. Being bold, you gonna have to decide to do it and commit. It just ain't natural. The people we think bold, they doing it on purpose.
And exactly. A lot of times we think, oh, he just them.
Look at that. One thing I tell people along these lines is sometimes it's better to intentionally sink so that you can use your remaining power to spring back rather than to keep struggling and fail. That's another one. That is another one. That's another one, man. So,
and it's true. Sometimes, you know, it is better to at least let people think you sinking, even if you're not really sinking.
What?
Because sometimes people think you're doing bad, they leave you alone, let you do what you want to do.
That's true. You know what I said earlier? Strategic retreat.
Yeah.
It's a strategic retreat. But well, we to the end of this thing, the end of this chapter, and this the part here. And he put something in there called a reversal.
Yep.
So I'm gonna show it to you. In the reversal, let me make it bigger. And boldness should never be the strategy behind all of your actions. It's a tactical instrument to be used at the right moment. Plan and think ahead and make the final element the bold move that will bring forth your success. You can't be on 100 all the time. And when I say all the time, I'm talking about, so you hitting it hard at work, then you come home and you bring that same energy and attitude home to the house. So you're going to short circuit and wear out. You know, right here, boldness is a learned response. And then he said to go through life, where that? To go through life armed only with audacity would be tiring and also fatal.
Yep.
And you see what I put in red right there.
Lola Montez.
She
can't get right herself.
She couldn't stop. In the earlier chapters of the book, I don't remember which one, but Lola, she had a thing about getting these dudes, man. She would get married to these dudes
and blow it
every time. She was insufferable.
She was too much. She was probably, you know, she's probably one of the women beautiful to look at.
Mm-hmm.
One to take your breath away with her attitude and oh, she's so aggressive, but then just can't turn it off. She, quote unquote, she's the original boss bitch.
Yeah. And then right here, she could never rein in her boldness, and it also led to her downfall. That's what I'm saying. So you got to know how to do this thing.
Yep.
And there's what we was talking about.
The same fate.
And there we go. Timidity has no place in your realm of power. You will often benefit, however, by being able to feign it. So being able to fake it. Like Jamel just said, you know, sinking. Yep. So you can spring back. That's what he's talking about. And use timidity as an offensive weapon. And look, oh, here we go. I told y'all, I promised we was coming back to it. Doubt can be a tool if you use it to plan an outcome. See, that's doubt and timidity. You can use it the same thing. But that's going to come up in the next chapter too.
Oh, yeah.
And all right, man.
It is. I love the reversals at the end because everything doesn't work in every situation. And too much of same old thing. Too much of a good thing can, you know, too much of anything can be a bad thing.
That's why if you drink too much water, you drown.
Yep. So you really got to be careful with all of these laws are great. Again, back to that tool. They're all great tools. Yeah. That you must learn when and how to use. Because a wrench is a great tool, but it don't work on everything.
That's it.
You know, everything is a nail to a hammer, but you can't hammer everything. You can't hammer your way out of every situation.
No, you got to have some other tools to use. That's it, man.
That's it. To get what you got to get done. So that's why I always like the reversals. It's one of my favorite parts of every chapter. I oftentimes listen to them twice.
Yeah.
Because you ever listen to them or read them and feel like you missed something?
Every time. Every time. I got to do that.
Yep.
I had to keep going back. That's why I started reading the PDF and highlighting it. Because I had to listen to it, then read it, and then read it again. So that's why I'm showing y'all how I highlight stuff and how the stuff stick out.
That's why I love the book study, man. Just break this thing down, get another point of view. And this chapter was a good one because you know, it's one of those. It's like a self-evaluation.
Yeah.
Type chapter. Have I been being too timid about the things I say I want?
Did
I miss some opportunity because I wasn't bold enough? You know, I really like this chapter, man. I think it's one of the ones I enjoy more.
So now we're not going to the next chapter. We're going to call it a night after this, but I'm going to give y'all a quick preview. Law 29, plan all the way to the end. This is something that we need to talk about.
Yes.
Because there's some stuff in here that lets you know you think you planning, but you ain't. You just being hopeful, and you only planning for the good stuff to happen.
Oh yeah, this some Machiavellian type.
That's it
right here.
And y'all see, I done messed around and I highlighted the whole doggone thing. So this one is for real. So, but anyway, man, you about ready to do it?
Yeah, man. Let's get on out of here. Take care of a little business. Thank y'all for joining us tonight. Make sure you like, share, subscribe, comment. Let us know how we're doing. Let us know what chapters you like, you didn't like. What do you think are the best parts of the book so far? And you know, also looking for ideas for other books as well. Please let us know whatever books y'all like. And follow it on YouTube, the Book of Man on YouTube. We make sure we put the link in the description. And thank y'all for joining us, man. We love y'all. We out.
Later.